Hi everyone. Today we are going to see about the continuation part of the introduction to optical fibers. So the outlines of the introduction to optical fibers are key model concepts, cutoff wavelength, ray theory approach, numerical aperture and acceptance angle, optical fiber waveguide, fiber materials, and classification of glass fibers. Let me see one by one. First, we are going to see about the summary of key model concepts. Here we have taken the normalized frequency variable, that is V is defined as V is equal to 2 pi by lambda A into n1 square minus n2 square the whole power 1 by 2. So here A will be denoted as core radius and lambda is free space wavelength. So V is equal to 2 pi by lambda A into NA. Since n1 square minus n2 square the whole power 1 by 2 will be denoted as NA, that is numerical aperture. So the total number of the modes in the multimode fiber is given by M is equal to 1 by 2 pi A squared by lambda into n1 square minus n2 square the whole power 1 by 2 the whole square. So then we will receive 1 by 2 into 2 pi A by lambda into NA the whole square, that is we will denote it as V squared by 2. So half pi D by lambda into NA the whole square, where here D is the core diameter. So next is cutoff wavelength. The important transmission is of the parameter for single mode fiber is cutoff wavelength, and it will be distinguish the single mode as well as the multimode regions. So here we will define the cutoff wavelength as lambda C, and the expression for the cutoff wavelength is V is equal to 2 pi by lambda AN1 into 2 del the whole power 1 by 2. So that's why from this equation we will find out the lambda value. So lambda is equal to 2 pi by V AN1 into 2 del the whole power 1 by 2. At lambda is equal to lambda C and V is equal to Vc. Now we have to apply in this second equation. So lambda C is equal to 2 pi by Vc AN1 into 2 del the whole power 1 by 2. Here Vc is the cutoff normalized frequency. So when we are substituting the values in these equations, we will receive at last lambda C is equal to V lambda by 2.405. So next is the ray theory approach. A ray of light is one-dimensional approach, and it will indicate the direction of propagation of the light through the fiber. This theory is also known as the tracing approach or geometrical optic representation. Next, the types of rays. There are two types of rays. One is meridional rays and another one is skew rays. In meridional rays, there are two types, that is bound rays as well as unbound rays. Let me see one by one. So first one is meridional rays. So meridional rays means it passes through the fiber core axis after each total internal reflection from the core cladding boundaries. So meridional rays lies in a single plane, and its path is easy to track and it will travels along the fibers. So the main classification of the meridional rays are bound rays and the unbound rays. So first bound rays. So bound rays are trapped in the core and propagate along the fiber axis according to the law of geometrical optics. So then unbound rays are the refracted out of the fiber core. So the meridional ray for step index fiber is shown in the above figures. So the light ray will enter the fiber core from the medium of refractive index M at an angle theta A with the respect to the fiber axis and strikes the core cladding interface at a normal angle phi. So from the Snell's law, we have the minimum angle phi minimum, and it will support the total internal reflection for meridional ray, that is sin phi minimum is equal to n2 by n1. Here the total internal reflection the meridional ray will allows the zigzag path along the fiber core, and it will pass through the axis of the guide after reach the reflection. So next we are going to see numerical aperture and acceptance angle. Okay, by applying the Snell's law to the air fiber phase boundary, the maximum acceptance or entrance angle theta A max is given by n0 sin theta A max equal to n1 sin theta C. So here n sin theta A max is called as the numerical aperture of the step index fiber, and it can be written as NA is equal to n0 sin theta A max equal to root of n1 squared minus n2 squared. So most probably the light will be launched to the fiber in the air medium, that is n0 is equal to 1. So the critical angle will be expressed as theta C is equal to pi by 2 minus phi C. So the numerical aperture of the step index fiber for meridional rays is expressed as NA is equal to n1 root of 2 del, for del is less than 1. Next, the numerical aperture is related to the maximum acceptance angle, and it will calculate the source to fiber optical power coupling frequencies. So the acceptance angle for step index fiber is written as theta naught max equal to sine inverse of NA by N naught equal to sine inverse of root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n naught. So in case of the light enters the fiber from air, that is n naught equal to 1, then the acceptance angle is theta naught max air medium is equal to sine inverse of NA, that is sine inverse of root of n1 square minus n2 square. So next we are going to see skew rays. Skew rays are not transmitted through the fiber axis, and it will simply follows the helical path in the fiber. The skew rays are reflect off from the core cladding boundaries, and it will again bounces around the outside surface of the core. Okay, so when the lights are passes into the input of the fiber is non-uniform, then the skew rays will therefore tend to have smoothing effect on the distribution of light. So it is transmitted and giving the uniform output. So these rays are more difficult to track, and it will travel along the fiber since they do not lie in a single plane. So the helical path will be traced through fiber and gives a change in direction of 2 gamma at each reflection. So this gamma will be the angle between the projection of ray in 2 dimensions and the radius of the fiber core at point of reflection. So next we are going to see about the acceptance angle. So acceptance angles means it will consider the angle of incidence and a reflection point, reflection inside the fiber, which is greater than the critical angle for core cladding interfaces. So now the acceptance condition for skew rays are n0 sin theta as cos gamma equal to n1 square minus n2 square the whole power 1 by 2, that is denoted as numerical aperture. So theta as is the maximum input angle or acceptance angle for skew rays. So in case of the fiber in air, n0 is equal to 1, then the numerical aperture is sin theta as cos gamma. So from the above equation, the acceptance angle for skew rays is expressed as theta as is equal to sine inverse of NA by cos gamma. Next we are going to see about the optical fiber waveguides. An optical waveguide is a structure that will guide the light wave, and it will be constrained to travel along the certain desired path. Okay, so here the waveguides are trapped light by surrounding the guiding region called core, and it is made from material with the index of refraction as N core. So with the material called cladding and made from the material with the index of refraction is N cladding is less than N core. So when the light is enters in the trapped, it is denoted as sin theta is greater than N cladding by N core. So another thing is it will consider the wave propagation in the finite dielectric slab waveguide of thickness is D, and its refractive index N1 is greater than the index N2 of the material. So the ray paths are denoted by solid lines and they are associated constant phase fronts by dashed lines. Okay. So these phases of the wave changes not only as wave travels but also reflected from the dielectric interface. So next we are going to see about the fiber materials. Most of the fibers are made up of glasses consisting either silica or silicate. So here the high loss glass fibers are used for short transmission method. And the low glass fibers are used for long distance applications. So some of the few compositions are GO2 minus SiO2 core, that is SiO2 cladding. So next P2O5 SiO2 core, SiO2 cladding. So some of the requirements of the fiber optic materials are, it is transparent for efficient transmission of light, and it must be possible to draw the long thin fibers from the material. It also compatible with the cladding material. So here most of the plastic fibers are not popular because it will have the high attenuation. So most of the glass materials are used here. So they have better mechanical strength. So next we are going to see about the classification of glass fibers. So glass fiber is a mixture of selenides, sulfides and metal oxides. It will contains a non-crystalline solid and it is made by infusing the mixtures of these materials. So most of the commercially available glasses are prepared by melting and quenching process. Glasses also have randomly connected molecular network and it will be well-defined structures like crystalline materials. So at the room temperature, glass will be generally hot and it continues to stay in the state when heated to several hundred degrees of Celsius. So it can be classified into three types, that is halide glass fibers or active glass fibers, chalconite glass fibers. Okay, so most of the glass is made of pure SiO2 and its refractive index is 1.458 at 850 nanometer. So the refractive index of the SiO2 can be increased or decreased by adding the various oxides known as dopants. So here we are using the oxides as GO2 or P2O3. First we are going to see halide glass fibers. Halide glass fibers contains the fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So most of the halide glass fibers are heavy and it is a metal fluoride glass. So it uses ZrFO, BAF2, LAF3 and NAF. So these glass are heavy metals such as zirconium or lead. Its principal constituents and other constituents are added to provide moderate resistance to the crystallization. So some of the percentage of the metals of to form the Z-bland fluoride glass is shown below. That is, materials ZrFO gives the molecular percentage as 54%, BAF2 is 20%, LAF3 4.5%, A1F3 3.5%, NAF 18%. So next is the active glass fibers. So active glass fibers are formed by adding the erbium and neodymium to the glass fibers. So it is possible to induce the new optical and magnetic properties in the fiber. These new properties allows the material to perform the amplification, attenuation and as well as the phase retardation. So other nonlinear behavior of the light propagating through such fibers. So it is commonly used two material fibers, that is erbium and neodymium. Okay, the ionic concentrations of rare earth elements are low and it is used to avoid the clustering effects. So next is the chalconite glass fibers. So chalconite glass fibers are discovered in order to make use of nonlinear properties of the glass fibers. So it contains either Se or Te, because they are highly non-linear, and it also contains one element from the chlorine, bromine and cadmium, barium or silicon. So chalconite glasses exhibit the high optical non-linearity, and it uses the applications in non-linear optics ranging from optical amplifiers to optical switches. So the mostly used chalconite glasses AS2, S3, AS40, S58, SE2 is used to make the core, and AS2, S3 is used to make cladding the materials. So the last one is plastic optical fibers. So plastic optical fibers are fibers, and it is and its core is either a polymethyl acrylate or perfluorinated polymer. So these fibers are referred as PMMA POF and PFP POF respectively. Okay, so the attenuation of the optical signal is very high, and it will be range from 150 dB per kilometer for PMMA and 1000 dB per kilometer for polystyrene. So these plastic fibers are limited to short distance applications at a lower data rate. So some of the applications are industrial controls, automobiles, sensors for detecting the high energy particles, and also general illumination purpose, including short haul data links. So these fibers are tough and durable due to the presence of plastic materials. So the modulus of the plastic materials of two orders, that is silica and 1 millimeter diameter graded index plastic optical fiber, and it will be installed in conventional fiber cable. And also the advantages of the plastic optical fibers are: it is low cost, lighter weight, operation in visible region, and it is greater flexibility, ease in handling and connecting. Thank you.